everybody, it's Margaret. Welcome to my channel, Texas Gal Treasures. Today we're going to be going through the thrift store and I'm going to be sharing with you things that I never pass up. Well, there might be one thing I pass up that I wish I'd picked up, but going through the thrift store, and I'm going to be sharing with you more than 5, but I'm going to be really emphasizing 5 of the things that I make sure that I pick up when I find them, and I think you should also, because there's really good profit to be had on these items. So today I'm visiting Savers. This is a pretty nice Savers. I generally find good things here. However, sometimes the prices are expensive. That being said, I almost always find a good number of things that I can turn over for a profit. They usually have a fairly nice art section. Whether or not I get stuff every time, I always check it out because frequently I do find really cool things that I can flip from this section. I picked this up. I carried it around for a little while and I didn't realize, or I didn't know who it was. So it probably was a good pickup. I'm looking at my pile over there. I don't think I ended up bringing it home, but it's something that would be wise for me to have looked up because people that are into anime are really into their characters, and it might have been a winner and I just didn't know it. So lesson learned, but I did not do that. All right, so there's a nice little sampler, cross stitch, needlepoint. What else do we see here? I pick up this art piece. It looks like this lady sitting there. This is a hand-done art piece. The information about the artist is on the back, which was super duper handy because in a little bit I end up looking it up. And this piece is one of a set of 3 that went together. And based on the research I did, I do not end up getting it, but it's a good idea if you see like one-of-a-kind art to, especially if it's unusual or has a cool niche like Southwest or just pretty much anything, because everybody is into different stuff, right? So because it was a one-of-a-kind type piece, I picked it up to carry it around, and I'm scanning to see, are there any more? Whoa, that was a dizzying spin around. I always talk about looking for books in sets when I'm looking here, and I homeschool my kids, so I'm always looking for books for us as well. The prices are a little bit higher here, so it'd have to be really good for me to pick it up. But every now and then I'll find a set, or I'll find some books that I can really pick up and flip for a profit. Now we're getting into the hard goods, which is the area that I like a lot. This is a nice little, I want to say it's a picture, but there's another name for it, and I can't think of the name off the top of my head. It's really nice, but I didn't want to spend $7 on it, so I left it here. I definitely bring in stuff to donate so that I get my 20% off coupon. I've had people say that their Savers only do 20% off of $100 or more. Mine isn't like that. Mine does 20% off whatever. So it works out for me. So I make sure I have that. I realize I never looked at that crab plate. So this is an incense burner. Breathe deep and something. What does it say? BU. I believe I got that. If not for to sell. If not to sell, for me. Aha, here we go. So this is an item, and we're going to come across a couple more that I always pick up. Nice glass paperweights. This one, I'm going to talk a little bit about it, but it didn't have a price tag on it, and so she went back and priced it, and it was like $12. But I'm glad I still got it. So let's take a look at that glass paperweight. I had to dig to find this paperweight. So mine does not have the base, but luckily enough today at a garage sale I found a base that has a light in it that I'm going to use to take pictures of my paperweights. I think it'll come in super handy. But anyway, this paperweight is actually, it's a special edition from a video game called Star Citizen. And it looks like these paperweights came out at this Cloud Imperium Games 2020. I'm not exactly sure. This is the only one I could find. And it was someone in the UK selling theirs. And when I first looked it up, I found information about what it sold for. But now I cannot find the information again. But it was like $300. It was quite a lot. So this is the same one. Someone shared it on Reddit. And then let's see if it ends up saying down here. No, but it was really, really, really expensive. And so, well, for me anyway. So again, the link goes to nowhere. It's, we can't find it. Cool. That's fine. You tried. So, and I did a little digging about this. I even called my brother, who's really more into games like this than I am. And so he gave me a little background on it. So I think what's going to end up happening is I'll end up listing mine probably around $400 to start, because I cannot find another one. And I know when I looked this up initially, I did find a sold price of it, and it was in the hundreds of dollars. So like I say, because it's such a specialty item, if somebody's looking for that, there's not going to be a whole lot available. So paperweights, and I have a couple other paperweights that we're going to look at. So it's not just like this phenomenal, like out of this world paperweight, because if you have, if you have followed me or some other resellers also talk about paperweights, you'll know like they can go for a pretty penny. And so yeah, let's keep going and we'll talk about more paperweights in just a sec. On we go. So let's see what else we find along here. There are this doll here. Oh my goodness, poor thing. I find this Godinger silver plate tray. I put it in my cart, but I don't end up getting it. Let's see if I see there it is, Godinger. Can you see it? It's always worth checking on Godinger stuff, because sometimes they are worth it and sometimes they are not. So when I find Godinger, I definitely take a second to look it up. Sometimes you'll find things like that little tray. Sometimes it'll be jewelry boxes. It's definitely worth, usually silver plate stuff, but again, worth taking a second look at. These are some little trivets, some little owl trivets. I like picking up stuff like that. So those are $2.50. So I figure I can probably list those at least $20, if not more. This is one of the things that I really wish that I had picked up. I look at it and I don't know what I'm thinking, why I don't end up getting it. Now that I'm looking at it again in the video, I'm like, wow, I really think I should have gotten that. Oh well, it happens to all of us, doesn't it? That was a pretty cool tray, but again, don't get that. I like the cherries. I've been seeing more and more ashtrays lately, and I've picked up a couple. I actually picked one up in this visit. This is a nice little soap dish. I like that it has the strainer, because a lot of homemade soaps don't, they don't sit well in water, we'll say. So I did get that. I didn't even look it up, but I don't see them very often, so I wanted to get that. Those are pretty cool ashtrays. I was trying to check to see, are they crystal or are they just glass? And they were just glass. There was no marks on them, so left them behind. I would need an ashtray to be really unique for me to want to bring it home and sit on it. I'm not literally going to sit on it, but you know what I mean. Aha, brass. I love picking up brass figurines, and I pick up another figurine in a little bit. It's not brass, but let's take a look at this. I do get it for $4.99. Again, probably 20% off, because I'm sure I had the coupon. So let's take a peek at what I think I can get for this one. So you might notice that I'm not going straight to eBay solds. I don't necessarily price that way, so I'm not using that for my research. I'm showing you the way I would try to price an item. So I'm seeing that there's one similar to mine here for $40. Here's one similar for $50. Here's one for $44. So I kind of go in that range. That's how I generally, when I try to figure out my prices, that's what I do. I see what's up there. I do look at what's sold, but frequently, here's one that's up for $23. Frequently, like for something like this, there might not have been one sold in the last 3 months. And so I don't mind. This would be a long tail item. I don't mind waiting. There aren't a whole lot like mine, so I'm not too worried about it. So I wanted to show you, let's say you don't find this particular brass boat or ship, whatever, sailboat. I wanted to show you, brass items in general can do really well. There are some that are worth more than others. But as you can see, like here are some birds and they're $41. And, I have this, or one similar to this, for harness reindeer and sleigh. So as you can see, It's worth, if you see a brass figurine, whether it be a ship or roosters or an owl, etc., etc., it's worth taking the time to look it up and see what it might be going for. Because, here's a camel that's 30, 40 bucks. These are sold. Okay, here's a nice whale that's sold for 84. Yeah, so definitely worth taking the time to look up brass figurines if you aren't already. Well, that cut off again. Okay, so let's see what else. This is my favorite area in the store. Here's another glass paperweight. I walk away from it, but then I come back to it. I'm like, oh, it's got some. I thought that was like the frosted area had been scraped off, but it's not. It's something that I'm actually able to get off. So let's take a peek at other glass paperweights. I'm messing with it. I do end up getting it off. And I do buy that. So let's take a peek at glass paperweights while we're at it. This is a search. This is eBay sold frosted earth glass paperweight. One sold for $13.56. Here's one that sold for $26. Another for $39.99. Let's take this off and see how many are up for sale still, shall we? So there are about 50 that are up for sale, which is cool, But as you can see, they're all, other than that one, $4, $23, $33, $30. They're all higher range price-wise. So I could feel pretty confident in pricing mine. I don't pay attention to the lower ones, honestly, because it's that perceived value, right? So chances are likely I'll end up listing mine for $25, if I can get it looking right, because then it'll fall right in the middle of the pack pretty much on these. Might end up listing it more, but because there are so many of them, I feel pretty confident listing mine kind of in the middle, the $20, $25 range. And I think that's a pretty good profit for a $1.50 type item. Let me just pull up just glass paperweights real fast so you can get a better idea of other glass paperweights. So here are some that are listed, and they're all different types and colors and prices. So it is definitely worth looking them up because they can go for a lot of money. I mean, look at this one. It's just it's an art glass paperweight and it's selling for $60, right? Here's one with the little fishies in it and it's $65, right? Let's click on sold. So you can see, yes, they are selling for these type of prices. Look at that one. Wow, $300 almost. Pretty cool. Oh, I just got an apple almost like this today at the garage sale. Woohoo! Okay. All right, let's keep going. What else are we going to find that I just can't pass up? And if you see anything, you let me know, because I always learn from you guys too when I find cool stuff. I liked that, but it was broken. I could see little broken pieces underneath. So I was like, that's a bummer. Look, I'm like, okay, I think I'm going to have to get that. I do come back to it. I do get it. Then what else do I see up here? What is this? Little cross. I don't end up getting that. And I wished that this box had the lid, but it doesn't. It looks like, I don't know if it's supposed to be an ashtray or just this cool little box. But no, there was no lid for it. Cool little, they wanted $4 on that. I was like, man, I just can't do it. Here we go. Here is a cut glass egg paperweight. And you're like, whoa, $7. Normally for me, I'm like, whoa, $7. But I do get it. And let's take a look at glass egg paperweights, shall we? So here's just my Google search for cut glass egg paperweight. And I like to do this because I can see across multiple platforms. Etsy, eBay, etc. Even Amazon has some up there, Mercari. And I can, start looking to see if the design I have is up there. I didn't see the exact one like mine, which is cool. People who collect, say, like egg paperweights, this looks similar to the one I've got. They might want all these different cuts, right? And want to have all different ones. So as you can see, they're anywhere from, like $20 to $20 and up. So Here's like a Lennox. I'll have to see. Oh, in quotes, Lennox cut. So it may or may not be actually Lennox. So the one that's up on Amazon, which looks really similar to mine, is selling for $37.50. Again, I know I'm not using eBay solds because I don't use that as my be-all end-all because not everything sells on eBay. I sell on lots of different platforms as well, so I kind of go off of all different platforms. But if you want, we can go over and look at eBay solds. How about it? All right, so here's eBay sold, and we're looking at, there's just sold listings ended recently. $22, $40, $31, $19. I don't look at auction ones because I don't do auctions, so I don't really count that in my decision making process when I'm trying to put prices on things. Let's turn off auctions because there's a lot. No, I clicked the wrong thing. Oh gosh, I clicked the wrong thing. Back, I say. All right, so yeah, so this gives you a bit better idea of different price ranges that you can get, $26 here, $28, etc. So yeah, if you can find glass egg paperweights, then it might be worth picking. I'm not sure why it keeps cutting off. I'm gonna have to give it an extra second before I turn off. So I decided to go back, grab that, like $1.50. Come on, I can make a profit on that, definitely. So that goes in the cart, and let's see what else we find. I spy, that's pretty cool. I couldn't figure out exactly what it was supposed to be though. Just decorations. It wasn't a real stone. It didn't felt like more like resin. That's like a little powder puff, like for a vanity, a vintage vanity type thing. Might have been worth picking up. I don't remember what it said the price was on it. Aha, hidden treasures. So here's the ashtray I do buy. It is, it's got this made in Denmark, and it's got some other Hallmark stamps on the bottom. Blue enamel, awesome. So let's take a look. I do end up doing a little research on this piece, and I've already got it listed. So let's look. So the mark ended up being Carl Christensen, who was a Danish, mid-century modern designer. These are my listings here. But as you can see, here's a Carl Christensen item. $35, $32, and there are others as well. Let's put it over onto shopping, shall we? And I can take off ashtray to make it a little more. Let's take off ashtray just so we can see some other Carl Christensen. You might not find Carl Christensen, but you can look for made in Denmark, and there are other mid-century modern Danish designers that are valuable. So it's definitely worth, mine is, I'm not going to clean the tarnish off mine because some people like that. But as you can see, it's definitely worth picking up if you find some piece that says, made in Denmark. Take a look at it and see if you can figure out who the designer is and how much you can get for it. Going along, this was pretty cool. Do you think that's a candle pillar stand? I couldn't quite figure out what it was. That looks like it's missing some pieces. What else have we got up here? I liked this cloisonne. It's like a picture holder. I didn't want to spend $5 on it, but I think that probably could have sold. Anything cloisonne, like Christmassy stuff, people, I can't keep it in my shop. I sell it pretty quickly. Christmas ornaments like that, yes. Probably should have gotten it. Now that I'm talking about it, I'm like, you know what? That probably would have sold for a good profit. I couldn't figure out. This guy, somebody made him, and I loved him. You see this weird little thing, and I got him. I have a shadow box. I'm just going to put him in there because he's just like, somebody made him and loved him. Look, I'm putting back. Do I want him? Yes. Yes, I do, because he makes me happy. Somebody made it and just, yeah. I'm just going to look at it for a minute, though. There we go. Have I decided? Yes. I have made my decision. He's going in the cart. Sometimes funky little things make you happy, and it's okay. I just noticed a rabbit box down there that I did not look at. That's pretty cool, this flamingo bouncer. how much did they? $4. I was like, eh. Oh, the spring was a little bit wonky. So that's why I don't end up, it's in the cart, but I do not end up getting it because the spring's a little bit wonky. What else have we got down here? Anybody hiding? And I liked this bunny. $6 though. $6. All of these are so crammed in there. I'm trying to figure out if anybody's worth anything. Lots of figurines. This squirrel thing has been there forever. I see it. I've seen it the last few times I've been. The little shelf sitter was cute, but it was damaged, so I didn't get it for that reason. It might have still been worth getting, but no, I didn't get it. Then I just noticed that dog with the little wizard hat, because I was so no, I do look at it. Okay, why didn't? Oh, I see. I think if it had been like a regular tea light holder, I probably would have gotten it. This was cool, but it was broken. Maybe I should have gotten it and tried to repair it, but it was this cut onyx, right? Yeah. And the wolf that was supposed to be up on top was broken off. So that's another one that it's got like a battery thing inside. I really liked it though. The elephant's cute with the glasses. So cute. Now then, any treasures up high? That's cute. But look, broken. Darn it. Ah, these are cool. These are wall pockets. And I end up getting them. I looked up the tiger one. They're not selling for a huge amount, but mine's a little bit different than the ones that I saw up for sale. And so, with the 20% off, about $3 a piece. Aren't they fun? But I could probably list them for, I don't know, 17, maybe 20. We'll see. I'll have to go do a little more digging, because I think I only saw 2 other tigers when I did the research. Let me know if you see anything that I should have gotten that I didn't. These little busts were fun, but they were all damaged. Like some of their noses were messed up, or their hair. So nope. Yeah, I was looking to see if that was, because sometimes you'll find those and they twist and they've got music. Why didn't I get this wizard? Okay, I didn't get it. I feel like now, like, that would have sold $4. I can't for the life of me figure out why I didn't get it. This I do get, and I'm gonna play. I do start it up so I can hear what it sounds like. It's this really cool carousel, $10, but it's worth it, I think. You can kind of hear it, and it sounded kind of eerie because I didn't wind it all the way, and it was like going really slow, so it was a little bit more like Something Wicked This Way Comes. This is another thing that I'm like, maybe I should have gotten this giant unicorn, but I think, yeah, they wanted $10 on that too, and I was like, maybe not. But it was really big. It's like, wow, that's a pretty big unicorn piece. Somebody would have to love unicorns, and there are definitely people who do. Then, checking out this section, y'all let me know. Holler out in the comments if you see something I missed that you're like, why didn't you get that? And I actually do see in just a minute some luminaries that I did not get, that I was like, why didn't I get those? Sometimes things just don't register. I think, and I get not criticized, but people will say stuff. How'd you miss that? Like, trust me, if you record yourself, you watch it back, you'll see you miss things too. You think you don't, but you will. Look at this guy. Another regrets, I have a few. I wish I had gotten this. I didn't get him because he was damaged, but now I'm like, oh, he's so cool though. Did I get it? Maybe I did get it. I'll have to go look and see my stuff over there. Like, it's so cool, but I'm not sure that I did get it. All right, then those were pretty nice little vases, but I don't get those either. What did they want on those? $3.99 each. It wasn't even for the set. So that was a bummer. Then, yeah, that skull probably would have sold. I'm like, man, that's just one of those things. Did I already pass the luminaries? I don't think I did. I didn't see that cut red vase there. Is it red or cranberry gloss? Then over here, those are nice, but gosh, $3.99 each. It wasn't even for the set. That's too much. Oh, look at this. I got this pig. I didn't look it up for y'all, but I found one. This one has a little bit of damage. Maybe I should look it up. No. But for $4, I was like, man, like there's a little damage on the tail. But it's so gorgeous, don't you think? Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, I'm going to look it up. Let's pull it up. So here it is. It's a Norcrest flower piggy bank. It's Lesterware, which is kind of that iridescent sheen on it. And here's one that's up for $49.99, similar to mine. I think mine's super much cuter. All right, so here, this is one of the reasons I like to do a Google search, because you can find it, say, in an image, and when you click on it to follow the link, because people all frequently say, well, how do you find Etsy sold? Well, when it pulls up through a link, say through Google, then you can go over to Flipper Tools and find out what it sold for. And this little piggy sold for $40. So definitely going in the cart. Gonna get that. Then checking that out. That's a nice little one. But I definitely see those luminaries right there, those kind of can-shaped ones. I didn't get those. I think maybe, yeah, I saw this one that looked like a stained glass, but it wasn't. Drew me in. Then, down here, I always like the flat wrapping paper, but that's not what I find. These little tiny, I give these to my kids. They're little tiny walkie-talkies. It's always nice to find little things for them. Oh, they've got so much stuff. Oh well. I think that's one of those wrap like waist trainers, which might have been worth looking up, but I didn't. Then that's a door corner thing. I usually find interesting stuff in the holiday section, but today I don't really find a whole lot that I want to get. And I'm wondering why I don't get this little witch. I wonder if she's damaged. Why did I not get her? I don't even know, because it's pretty cute. Pretty cute. But I don't. Ah, the bags. There can be a gold mine to be found in the bag section. And I find a bag in this section today that's one of the items I wish I bought. It's not Maxwell Parrish. Let's go and take a peek at what it is, though. So that is a print of R. Atkinson Fox, and it's Love's Paradise. And it's in a really cool frame, the one that I saw there. And as you can see, it's selling for quite a lot. Or these are, the ones that are up there right now. $85, $150. This one looks like it might be smaller. I can't really tell. But over and over again, this print is selling for quite a lot. And I'm guessing the size matters on this. Somebody might be looking for that vintage look. That's just... Anyway, so let's go back and look at what it was again. So I went ahead and zoomed in and split screen on the price. So yeah, it was $6.99. And it's a big, I'm kicking myself for not getting it. But we have learned our lesson. I have learned my lesson. And now I'll know that I should get stuff like that if I see it. All right, moving forward. It always happens. Let's see. I'm looking to see if it's a Leatherman. The Leatherman brand tools like that can sell for a lot. They're so expensive. But that is not a Leatherman. So I don't believe I got it. Sometimes I get little knives and tools just to have handy around the house. Now, this bag is the bag that keeps on giving. I got this, it was $3.99 for that bag. It had the snail, a little Mary, and the paper mache style eggs. So let's take a peek at those. So first things first, the snail was marked Peltro, which means pewter when I looked it up. And this is the one I listed. However, when I was doing my research, I found this one. I think now I might have to go and change my price because this one was on Etsy. This is another one of those times where, oops, it sold, but I could look it up on Flipper Tools and it sold for $45. I have mine listed for $40. That's right. Little tiny snail figurine. Yeah. So, Peltro figurines, Peltro pewter figurines, I mean, they range in price, but definitely it's kind of like the brass stuff, you know, when you find figural items, it's definitely worth looking into how much they are worth. So that one little snail is going to really bring me my profit. The surprise for me was this ASA figurine, or like little frame miniature picture of Mary and Jesus. This is not mine. I have mine up, and I realized because I did the ASA Mary and Jesus silver, mine didn't pop up, and so that means I need to change my title a little bit because it didn't show up in the first bit when I did my search. But this is a similar one to the one I've got that someone's selling for about $50. Another one that is selling for about $30. Here's another one. I was like, when I started looking this up, I was like, what in the world? Hello? What happened here? So yeah, here's mine. I've listed it for $50. Again, the snail. And then I've also listed the two eggs at $10 a piece. So that one little bag that I bought for $4 is really going to be the gift that keeps on giving. If you have enjoyed this video, or if you like videos like this where I am sharing with you the things that I pick up and what I think I can get for them, or even sales videos where I share what I do get for them, then make sure you go down there and hit the subscribe button. And if you don't already, follow me over on Instagram and Facebook, where I frequently share sales and other motivational type things just for fun. And again, go down there, leave me a comment, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the comment section. Thank you so much for coming to hang out, everyone, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.